Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
Well, we're back here at the second annual Madhouse 500 at Daytona, sponsored by Hostile Contact. In here in the booth with me tonight is Mike Schreiner and Mr. Joel Brown. You know, you don't see this every day, but you also don't see the amount of laps that these guys are putting in. They took a little break, a well-deserved break, especially with the 106 laps of racing that these guys have put in. But it looks like they're starting to roll down pit road here. Looks like they're about to, they're starting to move again, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be taking a green flag here shortly. Now what does this do for the drivers, guys? It's they've unloaded excess liquids and they've had to do what they had to do, and it's like a completely new race, no?
Well, the cars might go faster because each guy probably lost about 5 pounds.
Yeah, we're going to let you people out in TV land there use your imagination. Well, it looks like they're starting to double up here, and we're going to run down the leaderboard here in the meantime. And right now, sitting out in first, leading these guys is John Kennedy. Terry Milford is on the outside, and in third position is David Bevins. Number four on the grid right now is Ron Blackwell. Rounding off, which is Terry Underwood. And Mike, if you want to take it away.
After that, we got the 18 M&M's DGA Anderson, and then 7th place, number 26 Jeff Cody, and 25 Mike Coonan running in 8th. We got number 6 Dan Mueller running the Miller High Life, number 6 Ford. And rounding out the top 10 is the 83 of Don Kellegroup.
And in 11th, 21 Paul Rogers, and car number 20 Eddie Young, 36 Calvin Russell, Greg Gerks back up here in the 14th spot, and Ed Perry's hanging in there in the 15th spot. And actually, one thing I wanted to just mention here, Gary Cross, who's been hanging all the way at the back, has now worked himself into the top 20th spot.
There's a name that there's actually a driver who can contend for tonight's win.
Well, it looks like they're getting side by side. Probably going to go green this time around.
Actually, another notable is Dennis Kelly, who's been hanging at the back for most of the races, in 17th now.
Now the leader is kind of pulling away from everybody.
Yeah, we're going to try and find what's going on. He's slowing down now.
They probably wanted to get a head start there.
That's a legal NASCAR head start, right, guys? Oh, the pace car is out. So it looks like the pace car will be starting them off this time. We're not sure if it's this time by, but if it is, we're ready up here in the booth.
Road will be open this time.
Well, you still have 29 drivers on the track, guys. That's a pretty good turnout to begin with, and to have this many drivers still racing right now. And I'm showing on my information here, I'm showing 25 people still on the lead lap.
Yep, 25 on the lead lap. We got 37 people start the race, so pretty darn close to a complete full field.
Yeah, we know in the past full fields what they've, how they've turned out, and these guys are, tonight are just putting on a hell of a show and really showing the type of racing that you can find at ESRL day in, day out throughout the week here at ESRL, all the racing that's available.
Well, we put 108 laps into this, and you get a shot from the front of the field looking all the way back. You can see there's still quite a few cars on the track. It's a pretty neat sight.
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you, one of you guys, Dirty Air. How does that play out here? With Stock Revolution right now.
Well, I'll let the physics major Joel Brown touch on the dirty air.
Well, being at Daytona and Talladega, yeah, when you're the second or third or just behind another car, yeah, you got dirty air, but you got to rely on that draft to pull you up to the car. It'll kind of bounce the car around a little bit more. But other than that, it's not like the car gets really. It might get just a tick tighter, but it's not a whole lot at these tracks. Now at the other tracks, like if you were running at a Charlotte or at Atlanta or Michigan or something like that, yeah, the dirty air is not your friend there because the drafting really doesn't come into play. And when you're behind somebody, that dirty air makes your car a little bit snugger because you're just not getting the downforce on the nose of your car. But here you got to be in that dirty air just to have the draft to suck up to the guy behind you. So it's not as much of an issue. Looks like they're getting ready to go green.
Green flag, green flag.
Pace car is off, green flag waves, and John Kennedy takes the lead across the line, and he shot out there pretty good. Hopefully that don't hurt him and they just go flying by him.
Ooh, somebody dropped below the yellow line there. Couldn't tell who that was. Looked like they had to make an evasive maneuver.
Yeah, and as long as you don't pass, if you go under it, you're okay. Now, you can't go under the yellow line and make a pass at this track.
Well, John Kennedy in the 14 car right now is your leader, and he's being pushed by Terry Milford, and the same names keep popping up, guys. David Bevins, the new guy here at ESRL.
Oh, there it goes. They're bumping. There, caution's out.
Caution's out. Pace car has the field.
Big crash at the back there.
The road is closed, but
I'm going to take a look at that. Looks like the 36 car of Calvin Russell. Oh, no, there was contact with DJ Anderson. It was DJ Anderson, Chris Klein, and as a result, Calvin Russell was sent onto the front stretch on the grass, and he took a hell of a ride. Well, we're really hoping that break there, that red flag, is not going to bring up a whole bunch of cautions because, you know, we've heard this once too many times as caution breed cautions, even though, you know, the red flag wasn't a caution. But we really hope that these guys sort of settle down here on this next restart and realize that they still have a lot of racing in front of them.
Yeah, it looked like the 18 of DJ Anderson got kind of up there right on the wall, maybe rubbing it a little bit, and then the 36 was trying to take a little bit of a evasive maneuver just in case DJ was having a problem, and, well, it looks like they ended up touching anyway.
I mean, there was damage, but I didn't see a whole lot of damage, and hopefully they can repair their cars and get back out there.
Yeah, the 18 had a bunch of nose damage, and I think he called it a day. He's packed up on the hauler and heading home.
Well, there's another victim here in tonight's race, but we still have a lot of drivers out there. A lot of contenders, too. You know, we're talking about the leaders, but, you know, you look further back there, you know, Jeff Cody, Dan Mueller, Don Kelligrew, Gary Cross, Warren Peed, Greg Girk, who I'm not sure how extensive his damage is and how it's affecting his aero and his speed, but, you know, he is your pole sitter.
Yeah, we had several people run down pit lane that time, so that's just probably a product of taking a break and getting the cars bunched back up together on the restart. So we'll see what happens on the next go around here.
It's been a pretty smooth race. You know, only had a few cautions. I mean, they've run a lot of green flag laps.
Yeah, we've had a total of 4 cautions, so that's not too bad. Not too bad for these guys.
Don't belong in our list.
Hey, DJ, this is Mike up in the booth. Sorry about your luck tonight. What happened there on that restart?
I was just, nobody got going, and was trying to get going there. I had a damaged race car from the beginning of the race, and took a little flip, and my toe was out, so my steering wheel was off, and it just didn't do too well. I think something was wrong with my steering, so just couldn't keep it together.
Well, that's a bummer to hear that. We're talking about you earlier in the race, how talented you are. Hopefully we see a lot more of you this year, and look forward to seeing you on the track.
Well, same here. Hopefully next time won't be such a bad start like it was tonight. But y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too. And take care, DJ. Sorry about your luck.
It'll be 1 to go this time, bud.
Well, they're still going around caution now. Pace car's still out there, and we're on lap 112, and I'm pretty sure we're going green next time by. Mike, what do you think?
Yep, we just got the word. They're going green next time by. They're all lined up double file. We'll see what kind of start they get this time.
Well, I know I haven't really put you on the spot, or Joel, and I know Joel had to step away for a second from the mic, but I know, Mike, you and myself, when we run the Elite Series and officiate it, we've always chosen who's going to win this race. So I'm going to put you on the spot, Mike. We're got 112 laps into the books. Who are you choosing, man?
Well, give me a second here.
That's not part of the game.
Well, I'm going to have to stick with my choice from the beginning. He's still in the race, running 12th right now. I'm going to stick with the 25 Mike Kuhn. I think he's just been riding around taking care of his equipment, and he'll be there in the end.
Okay, well, here's my choice, and I'm leaving this one out there. This is our teammate, Mike, Dan Mueller, a buddy of ours, which we've known for probably close to 10 years now. So I'm choosing Dan Mueller.
That's a good choice. He's been doing kind of the same thing as Mike, just riding around, taking care of his equipment. He's seemed to be able to move forward when he wanted to, but looks like he's just kind of chose to kind of hang around the back of the lead pack and stay out of trouble. So I could definitely see him pulling it out as well.
Pace car's off, and it looks like they're going to be going green, and they're going green. That throttle is down. I know there's already congestion in the back.
Oh, yeah, we had a chain reaction on the inside line, just a slinky effect, and caused a couple guys have to get out of line, and it really cost them on that restart. Just guys getting a little anxious, not waiting for the car in front of them to go.
Well, I got a little nervous there on that start because we want this to stay green for all the fans that are watching out there. And right now, it looks like they're going to take this under green, which is a good thing. And your leader right now is John Kennedy.
And the number 20 Young is pushing him right now. And we've got the outside line coming up on him. Terry Milford trying to make a move on the outside with the number 1, John Pax pushing him. And it looks like the 75 will have him going into turn 1.
Well, looks like John's lost his dancing partner in Terry Milford. And, yeah, like you said, he's out there fighting for that position.
Now, and that outside line is just moving now. The 75-1 just dove down to the inside line and leaves the 25 of Mike Kuhn in the outside line. My pick with ex-Elite Series champion pushing him, 69 of Gary Cross.
Now,
I had a little bump there between the 14 and 25. That air's just moving these cars around.
When you're driving, when you're pushing somebody, and even though he's not a teammate, and he's out in front of you, obviously you hook up with him. He's your dancing partner for that time. But when he pulls away from you and he leaves you out to hang and dry, everybody sees red and says, "Why'd you leave me hanging out to dry like that?" But hopefully Mike takes that on the chin, and it looks like he is, because he's really moving that high line.
Yeah, that high line's moving, and
he's got
like
the lead.
I said earlier in the race, the high line's going to end up prevailing, and it is.
Well, Coons took the lead on that lap, which was lap 116, and this race is really moving along now.
Yep, and he's just holding his line, and he didn't leave Cross up there to hang. And it looks like him and Cross might dive down to the low line now. Yeah, that leaves the other guys up at the high line. So looks like we got a trend here. Once a couple cars get out front, they're going to drop down.
We got some bumping there, I see, with the 14 John Kennedy and David Bevins.
Yeah, these cars really jump around when you get into those pockets of air. It's almost like when you're driving your car down the highway and you get behind a semi-truck, you can feel your car just kind of suck up to it. And you go to pass it, the air just really pushes your car around, going around those semis. Well, that's what it's like here on these super speedway tracks. It'll just push your car around everywhere.
Well, it looks like right now that low line, it's single file.
It looks like they're starting to settle down just a little bit here, and I think it'll take a few more laps for them to really get settled down everywhere and get some more laps logged in here. But like you said, I bet it gets a little bit more aggressive here in a few more laps as well.
Yeah, I just saw a car brush the wall back there. I'm going to try and see who that was. Yeah, that looked like the 36 car of Calvin Russell. I'm not showing too much right side damage, but he definitely hit the wall.
Well, the server tonight's been pretty rock solid. I have not seen any lag. Just a little bit of jumpiness in the corners, which that's kind of normal with online sim racing. But it looks like the server's been rock solid tonight for these guys.
Well, I'm seeing almost 3 wide there, 5 cars back. These guys are picking it up a notch. Oh, we have contact, but man, these cars are really driving hard now, Mike.
Oh yeah, the guys are getting a little more aggressive. Cars are jumping around a little bit more. You see them jumping around on the straightaways too, and from what I've told, it's almost harder sometimes to keep the car in line going down the straightaway than it is in the corners.
Well, your leader right now is Mike Coon, being pushed by Gary Cross, and they've completed 120 laps, and 120 laps are in the book officially.
Well, the line's starting to form up in the outside again. John Pax is leading that line. We'll see if they can stay together, and you know, if they can keep calm and stay straight, they can probably gain some time. Yep, they're moving up.
Right now, it looks like your lead pack is the 17 cars, and Stan Kelly trying to hang on to the lead pack, but I think he's lost the draft, Mike. I think he's going to fall back now.
Yeah, he's got a couple cars back behind him there. If they pick up and line up, they won't lose too much ground, but it's going to be hard for them to keep up.
As a driver, Mike, you know, on these super speedway, it's all about speed and aero. And, we see some contact with Dennis Kelly.
Held on to it.
Yeah, my question to you is that, you have damage, you can't win the race. What motivates you to stay out on the track?
Just pride to finish the race. Get as many points as you can. Obviously, this ain't a points event. It's just a special event. And it's just the pride of finishing it,
3 wide here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Oh, there's contact everywhere, but these guys are holding it. I wonder if they realize that they still got 77 laps left to go.
Well, they're getting a little more aggressive, bumping a little bit. Just had a car slide down in the bottom line there. He made some room for himself. He just didn't feel like he was going anywhere in that outside line. But telling you, if they line up in that outside line and stay steady, they'll go past the leaders.
Oh, look at the action. Oh, Mike Kuhn gets pushed up on the outside. Oh, actually, he's looking for his teammate, Jeff Cody, and where did he come from?
Yep, it looked like Mike Kuhn let Gary Cross go in to hook up with his teammate. They're good at these plate tracks. We'll see what happens. See if that was a mistake or not on his part, because Gary Cross is a past champion as well as Mike. They would have been good to stay hooked together, but that high line is moving now.
Well, right now what I'm seeing develop, Mike, is 3 teammates, which is Mike Kuhn, Jeff Cody, and Ray Moss. But between Ray Moss and Cody is the 49 car of Warren Peed, and you don't want those 3 cars to get hooked up because they're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, well, and Warren Peed's probably trying to get up there to hop down in front of Gary Cross, because they're teammates, and Warren slipped up, and Ray Moss gave him a break, letting him get back down.
Yeah, well, Ray's been a very patient driver over the years, and he's a very, very respectful driver, and he's well respected in the community. Well, we got side-by-side very exciting racing here at the Madhouse 500, sponsored by Hostile Contact. And it looks like Gary Cross has moved up a lane. Oh, he's trying to... Oh, that's taking a chance, Mike. As this race progresses now, and as we head into the bottom half, or the bottom half of this race, I'm definitely feeling the excitement, and I'm feeling the tension. I'm quite sure the drivers are feeling the tension more, but you can really feel it building.
Oh, yeah, we just had some bumping between teammates, Mike Kuhn and Jeff Cody back there. Mike was kind of dodging a car from the low lane that came up, and kind of got him and his teammate together on the fenders there. I think they're okay, but they have dropped back. Those cars in the high line just are not staying nice and smooth, and it's keeping them from staying up there with the leaders. So that move by Mike Kuhn could have cost him.
Well, your lead pack is still 17 drivers right now. That's a lot of cars to fight for position 1. Yeah, I know we've discussed it throughout the broadcast, but patience is going to be something that's going to be a word of the past here soon, guys.
Well, if you notice, too, you're looking at the track, you can see the racing groove, and on the outer edges of that, you can see the rubber marbles and stuff around the track, which is kind of a neat little feature, too. That outside line's moving again. Mike Kuhn leading that pack. And, boy, these cars are still jumping around. That air's moving them.
Yeah, that was Ray Moss. I can't believe he actually put that back in a lane and kept it straight. We got 3 wide here almost. Mike Kuhn rushing up against the wall, being pushed by Jeff Cody, his teammate, but your leader right now is Gary Cross from Down Under. Now, I'm looking at the front of Gary's car, and it looks like he's got nose damage, Mike. Yeah,
it does. I don't think it's enough to hurt him. It could cause an overheating issue during this run, but with him being up front, I don't think it's going to hurt him that much. He's getting pushed. It just doesn't seem like it's affecting him that much with it being down lower. I think if it was up higher, it'd hurt his aero a whole lot more.
Yeah, it's really dead in the center, so I'm quite sure the drag on that is not as bad as it appears. But these guys are really hauling, man. These guys are really booting around the track. You got side-by-side racing up here in front. I mean, this is exciting racing, guys. I hope everybody out there is really enjoying it, because I know we are.
We've got 130 laps in the books. Some real exciting racing. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a few to get another long run in here, and then we'll catch the end of the race after that.
We're back here live, and we're under caution here on lap 132. Your leader's Gary Cross. From what we saw there, guys out there in TV internet land, is Paul Rogers, Dennis Kelligrew, and Ray Moss got together, and looks like Ray Moss is out of the race. He looks like he got the worst of that, Mike. What do you know what happened?
It looked like just kind of had a slinky effect going there, and Ray Moss got bumped a little bit, and him and the 7 kind of got together, and then in turn that caused the 24 and 21 to get together and have a big wreck. So it really hurt those 2 cars, and there may be a handful of other cars that got some minor damage, but it really got those 2.
That could have been a lot worse than what it was. It looked like he had it checked up in front of Ray Moss just a little bit, and then just a chain reaction.
Well, looks like we have contact in the pits there, guys, and pit road is busy.
Well, Gary Cross was the first one off pit road, so he maintains the lead.
I'm quite sure we have some lap cars that want to get service, or maybe take a chance and stay out there on what 20 lap old tires. Well, we're gonna have to find out and wait and see.
I doubt it. It's too early.
I know we keep saying it's too early, but at one point, you know, you got to make a move. You got to make a move to to gain that position, especially on a restart.
Well, these big tracks, I mean, tires aren't as important as any of the other tracks, but they're still important. It'll slide around a little bit when the tires get 20 laps on them, but I doubt if anybody's going to take that chance right yet.
Well, we're seeing drama unfold here, guys. Contender Ray Moss is now out of the race. Jeff Cody seems to pull his cars in the paddock right now. Don't know what happened there with him. But we're going to see if we can get Ray Moss to join us here and see what happened from his perspective.
I think he already headed to his hauler. I don't think he's available right now.
It'll be 1 to go this time, bud.
Well, we have a familiar car leading these cars around, who's not leading, which is the number 8 of Cody Sears again. And I think Cody is the lucky dog. Yeah, he's the lucky dog. So he's got, what, from what I counted, 2 wave-bys and a lucky dog. Is he looking for a full house tonight or what?
He must. I think the officials got a hold of him. It's like, no, you got to drop to the back. And then I think we're going to have, I don't think we're going to have any wave-bys.
Got your leader showing right behind the pace car, Gary Cross. We'll run down the top 10 there for you out there in TV land. Gary Cross is your leader here on lap 134. Terry Milford, John Kennedy, Terry Underwood, and Calvin Russell rounding out your top 5.
After that, you got in 6th place 51 of David Bevins, then the 83 of Don Kelligrew, and behind them the 7 of Dennis Kelly, and in 9th place 20 Eddie Young, and in 10th you got the 45 Ronnie Martin, who did have the lucky dog earlier in the night. So it is possible to make up ground on this track. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully we get a good run going.
Well, we could be going green this time by. We're going to take a look, see what's going on. Pace car is off.
Green.
And we have taken the green flag. 14 gives a nudge to the 75 in the outside lane. And Gary Cross takes the stripe in the lead.
Right back up front again is that number 1 car, Terry Underwood.
They're getting a little antsy up here in the front. Oh, they're bumping.
Well, it looks like we may have another wreck.
Oh, yeah, this could be
spinning in the back. They just got to bumping around back there, chain reaction, and there's not much you can do.
Well, that's sort of expected, unfortunately, in any race, not just special over here at super speedways. You know, as the race progresses and you get towards the latter part of the race, you're going to see restarts. You may see caution after caution, but hopefully not too much. Hopefully the guys will understand that they're not going to get around, grab the checkered flag if they run too many caution laps.
The road is closed, bud.
Yeah, then they just started wrecking behind, trying to avoid it.
Yeah, it's something that's also very difficult on super speedway guys. Is something happens in front of you. When something happens out in front of you, your reaction time is that much less. Depending how far you are behind. There's really no way around it, guys?
No.
You sort of got to pick your hole, close your eyes, and hopefully you come out of it unscathed. Well, Well, we're out here right now here at the Madhouse 500, sponsored by Hostile Contact. We're on lap 136 of 200 laps. Gary Cross right now is your present leader, and he's been out there for a little bit, and it's the same people that are up front. Terry Milford, John Kennedy, Terry Underwood. That David Bevins is that newcomer. He's showing that he belongs up front. And a surprise, believe it or not, up front is Calvin Russell in that 36 car. And looks like Greg Girk has had it for the night, and he's pulled it off, and that's sad news because Greg was really looking forward to this race, you know, sitting on the pole. You know, anybody that sits on the pole thinks they have that much a better chance to win. What does this do for him, you know, emotionally, you know, on the first race? This has got to be heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, we need to see if we can get him up here after he gets out of the care center.
Well, right now I'm showing 25 cars still in the race, and I'm showing 22 on the lead lap.
And Stan Kelly, the Thunder from Down Under, is running top 10. He's in 9th place.
Joel, I know while you stepped away, I had sort of pressured Mike to pick a winner tonight, and I picked one. We're not going to tell you who we picked, so we're putting you on the spot, Joel. Who's going to win this race?
Probably one of these guys. I say I'll go out on a limb and say the first name's going to be Terry, and we got 2 of them.
One of these guys? Are you kidding me?
You know, it takes a lot to shut me up, and I have no words for that. I have no response. If anybody wants to email us or Twitter us with a response or your pick, go ahead.
It's anybody's race. I mean, all these cars are so equal. It's like whoever stays out of trouble makes the right move.
Yeah, we're not letting you get off the hook, Mr. Brown. You got to pick somebody.
I said their first name will be Terry.
And that won't be Labonte.
So I'm going to go with a Milford or Underwood.
That's not a bad choice.
Well, Mike and I stuck with one driver, so you're special, Joel.
I picked a Mike.
Well, we're having fun up here in the booth, guys. We love doing this. And we just got actually word from inside in the racing right now. Mr. Ray Chandonnet has picked the 49 car of Warren Peed.
Well, I think we jinxed all the drivers we can.
Yeah. None of them are going to win now. What do they call that? The ETV jinx?
Yeah, I also want to give a big shout out there to all of our production crew there, headed by Mr. John Wessling, and he is earning his dollar tonight. And we're getting more information here as the picks come in. Bob Chandonnet, Ray's little brother, has picked. I know he just whispered to me, but I forgot who he picked.
Terry Milford.
Terry Milford. We're just having a lot of fun. Well, we're going to be coming up to lap 139. I'm not sure if the pace car's going to head off. But if they do, we still got a lot of racing here, guys.
Yeah, we got about 61 laps to go. These guys are getting mentally tired. The pace car's heading off, so we are going green. So we'll see if they can hold it together here.
flag, green flag.
And the green flag goes. And the 14 gives the 69 a bump. They're dead even at the line. And we'll see what happens here. Cautions breed cautions. Hopefully they will settle down a little bit. Had a little bit of warp there by Terry Underwood. That's the first warp I've seen all night.
We're going to let these guys drive around the track. You guys take a look at them if you want to turn up the volume. Let's sit back and see what happens.
Crank it up.
Crank it up, baby!
Gary Cross, still your leader, followed by John Kennedy.
We got the two Terrys in the outside line pushing each other. See if they can make up any ground. Cars are jumping around a lot. Think these guys are getting a little mentally fatigued out there, Gary?
It looks like it. This is a long race, and even with that break.
It looks like they handle a little better in the straightaway.
Yeah, and you know, earlier they looked better in the turns. It's kind of crazy.
These guys are so wore out, they don't even know where they're at.
We got some tight racing here at the start-finish line. Nobody's giving much room here. On the outside, Terry Milford trying to pressure leader Gary Cross. But holding rock steady, they're sitting in third in that 51 psychedelic freaked-out color car with David Bevins. Well, looks like John Kennedy's moved out to the outside, making a move on Gary Cross coming into turn 3.
Two by two all the way through the field.
Oh, John gets a little squirrely there, coming off of turn 4, heading for the start-finish line. He will take that, and he'll lead that lap. Joel, a question I know I've been asked a couple times, and is that, well, we got some movement. Oh, cars in the wall. Is that when a car darts out in front of you, Joel, darts away from you, leaves you hanging, how bad does that affect your aero and your speed?
Well, if you don't have anybody behind you and that guy leaves you hanging, yeah, you're just pretty much dead in the water. It's like hitting a brick wall. But looks like, yeah, Terry got hung out a little bit when John left him there and cut down, hang him out. But Terry's got some help right behind him, but they're kind of beating on each other's doors from about 4th place on back.
We got a go! We got a big wreck. Terry Underwood got turned and had it saved, and then ended up going on around when he got hit for a second time. Boy, that was some good driving there. He just ran out of real estate when he got hit the second time.
We got some big cars collected on that mess. Gonna have to take a look and see exactly what happened.
We got Kent Thomas up on his side here.
Eddie Young involved in that. We got a whole bunch of cars involved in that one, guys.
Pace car has the field.
Yeah, Mike Kuhn, my pick, got caught up in that. He had a real fast car tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Stan Kelly got bumped by the 20 car, and then that caused a chain reaction where he bumped into Terry, and it kind of set the whole thing in motion.
So you're down to one Terry now, right there, Joel?
That's why I picked both of them.
Well, it looks like my pick right now is looking pretty sweet there. Dan Mueller in the 6 car driving that Miller. But it looks like he's got some right front end damage. Wow. Well, we're on lap 145 under caution here at the Madhouse 500, sponsored by Hostile Contact.
Well, it looks like the 25 Mike Coon's trying to get their car repaired up. He's going to have to get rolling here in a minute, or he's going to go a lap down. We'll see if his crew can get him out of there before the pace car comes around and passes him.
You hear him revving the engine. He wants to move. He wants to move. Here comes the pace car. It doesn't look like he's going to make it out of the pits, and he's going to fall a lap down.
Yep, he's a lap down, and here come your leaders down pit road.
Top 5 stayed out on the track.
Now, that's interesting, Joel.
Well, at this point, they see it's getting a little crazy out there, and they don't want to get back in the mix.
They're still going to have to pit at least one time, right?
Everybody's going to have to pit one more time.
Well, the pace car continues to lead here right now. The leader is John Kennedy, followed by Gary Cross. Well, tonight's event, like we've been mentioning, is sponsored by Hostile Contact Server Simulation. Great company for any server rentals, gaming, online racing, first shooting games. Check them out at hostilecontact.com. Great bunch of guys, great organization, great professional support. They're very eager to get your business. So check them out. Give them a call, send them an email. Get on board with Hostile Contact, because they're definitely part of the future of online racing and gaming.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
Looks like we got 1 to go there, so tighten those seatbelts there, people. Well, we're going to have a little bit over 50 laps left to go, and still a long ways to go to grab that checkered flag. But as we keep saying over tonight's broadcast, is that people are going to start pushing even more and more, especially on these restarts. Joel, as a professional conditioned driver, you're going to take this green flag, and what's your plan?
Well, a driver using his head would go, man, they still got a little over 50 laps at Daytona. That's a long way, but so they need to take it easy. But reality is, give and take's gone. Now it's just take it.
Well, I don't think I'm going to win the little driver's challenge here. My driver's a lap down and beat up.
Pace car's out. Looks like we're going green here. Leading the way is John Kennedy.
Green flag.
And the green flag waves, and John Kennedy's out front, and he takes the lead at the stripe. And he's got a little cushion between second place and third there. And third's coming up and giving him a bump into turn one. And Milford washes up just a little bit, causing the 69 to have to check up.
Do teammates start looking for each other now, Joel? Looking for their dance partners?
Well, you want to do that the entire race. You always want to run the entire race with somebody you've practiced with because you understand what they're going to do in each corner. It's hard to come up with a new dance partner at any time in a race because you're just not used to how they drive.
Well, and for you guys out there that don't do this a lot and are watching, this is not easy to do. You're following the other car. It's very hard to hold your car in line, and because you cannot see in front of him with the spoiler, and you just can't see through the car. So it's very hard to hold your car steady going into the corners.
But why are super speedways a love-hate relationship?
You don't control everything on your own. You got to rely on somebody else.
Yeah, because it's so easy to get caught up in the big wreck, and you put a lot of time in your setup like these guys have for this big race. It's frustrating to get taken out, and you still have 100 to 75 laps left to go in the race. So it can get frustrating. Looks like we had a car in the tri-oval there at the back of this lead pack, kind of get on the apron and then get into the wall. He's still going, but he's dropping back fast like a brick now.
Yeah, his car's a little narrower now.
Well, they look a little bit more settled down in the lead pack, running single file mainly. I think they decided they're going to wait till, about less than 20 laps to start making some moves. Let's see how patient they are.
Well, your top five right now are John Kennedy, Terry Milford, David Bevins, Don Calligrew, and a surprising who's still up there, Mr. Calvin Russell. Cody Sears, who's probably winning some of award for getting lap backs under caution, he's sitting now in sixth. Ron Blackwell is in seventh position, and I'm not going to say it, but I'm quite sure he's probably one of the eldest on the track right now. And to see him running up front representing the Men's Senior Racing League, that is just incredible. I know we're all excited this year about 2013 and ESRL and all the leagues, Can-Am, Pros and Joes, the ISS Racing, the Elite Series, the Men's Senior Racing League, TNT, that new series, Next Level Racing, new series, No Fear Racing, Road Dog. How do you choose what night to race here when you got racing like this?
I guess whatever suits your schedule best that way. Take a look at number 6 position, number 8, Cody Sears. He's taken a wave by earlier in the race, and a lucky dog as well, I believe. And now he's up running 6th, late in this race, having a shot to take this thing. See how his car does if he gets out in front of somebody, because He's got a little right side nose and fender damage, but he's up there.
Well, something we haven't seen all race, guys, and if you noticed, we see a single file. 11 cars on the lead pack right now.
Yeah, the guys aren't, they want to kind of hug that yellow line now, even though if they gang up on the outside, they could go around, but it's the thing where, will somebody go with you? And if they don't, you go right to the back.
Now, we know that everybody here uses TeamSpeak to communicate, and especially races like this, they try and get as many people on the Whisper as possible. But what do you do if you don't have somebody on the Whisper and he's your dancing partner? You know, it's a trust issue. And I know you've been involved in stuff like that over the years, Joel. You take a chance. What do you do, man?
Well, right now they're doing the right thing. It's hug that yellow line. Don't take any chances because we got 45 more laps to go. But especially when we get down to 5 to go, it's going to get crazy. They're going to be jumping around, taking any line they can to get out in front. So we'll see who's the real dance partner at the end.
I know, Joel, you gave up your race to be in the booth with us tonight, and we want to thank you because we're having so much fun with you tonight. And we know that you really wanted to be on the track tonight, too. Wink, wink. We like to have fun up here. You know, we've been working together for so many years. You know, races like this breaks up the monotony of what's been going on here behind the scenes for the last couple of months. I know me and my partner Mike have had it out a couple times, but you know what? It's times like this puts a big smile on my face, and I just love what's going on. Well, they're still single file. John Kennedy leading in the point. On the point, sorry.
Yeah, let's head to a commercial break. We'll do that. We're going to stretch our legs because our legs are cramping right now, and we'll be back in a few.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard-driving radio. Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadionetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
We're live. We're back here at the Madhouse, the second annual Madhouse 500 at Daytona, sponsored by Hostile Contact. 161 laps into the books. Actually, we're going to take 162 here. And your leader, yep, him again, John Kennedy, being pushed by maybe his dancing partner for the rest of the night, Terry Milford. And that newcomer again, we keep talking about there, Joel, David Bevins. What do you know about him?
I've only raced with him like once or twice, so I really don't know a whole lot about him, except he runs real fast. He's always been in the front the couple of races I ran with him.
And the only thing I know about him is he's got one bright colored car.
I wonder if he kept that car plugged in all night to to show those colors. That's a hell of a paint job.
Well, maybe he painted it that so everybody could see him, wouldn't run into him. If that's the case, it's working so far.
You know, another shout-out we want to mention out there who's been a driving force on the new website development and the new look of ESRL and SCE and all the different websites is Mike Hebb. Mike Hebb put in tremendous amount of hours and sacrificed his livelihood a little bit to get to meet the time date, the time release on all of our websites. And you know what? He did a hell of a job, eh, guys?
Yeah, I would like to thank Mike as well. Thanks for all the hard work you do, and he actually works on our paint templates too for guys to paint these cars, and he's a skilled painter himself. But yeah, go check out the websites. You can access all the leagues, ESRL, SCE. Just go to stockcarrevolution.com, and you can enter everything from our landing page right there.
I know Mike sent us a bill. We told him we can afford to pay it in, what, 20 years, Mike?
Yeah, something like that.
Thanks, Mike. You're a great guy. I love working with you, Mr. Head. Well, back to the racing here. We're on lap 164. Your leaderboard is John Kennedy, Terry Milford, David Bevins, Don Kelligrew, and rounding out your top 5 again is Calvin Russell.
Yeah, they're just running around single file right now. I think they're just buying some time till it's time to start making some moves like we've been talking about all race. They finally settle down into single file, realize, hey, we need to take care of our stuff if we want to win this thing.
Well, we have another car that's pulled it off into the paddock, Paul Rogers. No, not Paul Rogers from Bad Company that we all know, but Paul Rogers, the Elite Pro Series driver here at ESRL. Wonder what happened there.
He was the car earlier that Joel talked about being a little thinner. He got on the apron about 15 laps ago through the tri-oval and then got into the wall. His car just probably wouldn't keep up to speed, and boy, it can get frustrating when you're not being competitive.
Well, we still have 22 cars here left racing, which is pretty good. Well, would have liked to see a lot more, but considering the conditions, the amount of laps that these guys got to put in, these guys are doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, you got to remember, this is a full-length race of the Daytona 500 in a simulator that's, I mean, this is as close to the real thing as you can get, and it's tiring. And so this is a tough thing, plus all the work they had to do to set up these cars, which is very much the same as the guys do in real life for adjustments with bump stops, shocks, springs, wedge, track bar. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So it's a lot of work, and it tires you out.
Well, with that being said, I know this year's release, I know you forewarned the community about the graphics, and Joel or Mike, if you guys want to touch base a little bit about what the requirements are to the type of computer video card nowadays that you're going to need to run this great simulator.
Well, me and Joel have been discussing it. Basically, you need a modern video card that has at least 1 gigabyte of memory on it to handle this, because this game uses almost 800 megabytes to run it.
We have potential trouble here in turn 1 and turn 3.
Oh, no. They held on to it, but boy, that was ugly.
That looked like Stan Kelly trying to get out of the way.
And that allowed the top 4 guys to break away from that pack back there. If that pack lines up, they'll be able to catch them back, but they're running out of time. We've got 32 laps.
Major developments here at the Madhouse 500 right now, where you have now a lead pack of only 5 cars. Oh, excuse me, only 4 cars.
Yeah, we got 4-car breakaway. The other pack's trying to line up to catch them. It may take them, 10, 15 laps to catch back up, but they've got more cars. They can do it.
Yeah, but the key there is going to be what, Joel?
Well, the thing is, they kind of split that pack with that little incident that happened there, but that second pack, Cody Sears is in the lead with that right front fender damage, and it looks like he's about 1 or 2 mile an hour off the pace, so they need to get somebody with a clean, pristine body out in front leading and push them.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
So what do you do if you're a clean car and you're 3, 4 cars back there? Do you make the announcement over TeamSpeak?
Yeah, you just start talking to each other and try and get lined up where you can be faster. And, that we still have to pit one more time. They're all within their pit window now. We've got just over 30 laps left. And actually 30 right now. They just crossed the line. And we'll see what happens, but if these top 4 guys can nail their pit stops, they're going to have an advantage if this thing stays green.
Well, I'm watching the intervals here, guys, and it looks like that 4-pack is ever so slowly pulling away from that second pack. I mean, if you look at them, they're just running a tight line.
Yeah, and again, that goes back to the lead car in the second pack having some damage. Get back to touching on graphics. Like I was saying, you're going to need a modern-day video card with about 1 gigabyte of memory on it. In development, I use a 550 Ti NVIDIA card, which now you can grab for about $100, which is pretty cheap nowadays. You can grab some cards that are a little bit less that'll still work just fine. You just got to make sure it has 1 to 2 gigabytes of memory. They usually come with 1 or 2. That's a big thing, making the game look better. Yeah, you can run it in DX8 if you're having problems, but the game's not going to look near as nice.
Well, as we inch closer to the checkered flag here on lap 170, about to take one lap, 172 laps into the books now. Question on my mind, and I'm quite sure some of the audience is that do you short pitted here?
No, you don't want to do that at these big, huge tracks. If anything, you want to pit last.
And why would that be?
I think the leaders stay out as long as they can.
Now 2 tires, get out of that pit as fast as you can. It's going to make a difference. Well, the second pack looks like they figured out that Cody didn't need to lead that with his body damage, and they got Ron Blackwell leading the second pack, who looks pretty good. Looks like you're starting to pit.
Yeah, we're getting word on the intercom here. We got pitters.
Yep, we got the Aussie twins pitting, 69 Cross and 49 Warren Peed. They're a bunch of strategists, those two, so see if that helps them out. See if they do 2 tires or something and get out there quick and make up some time.
Yeah, I'm down here watching Warren in this pit stall, and it looks like 2 tires and he's away.
Well, the drama's unfolding here.
But Warren's all by himself.
Yeah, he's gonna have to back up and pick up his partner.
Leaders are coming up to some slow traffic, just made some passes on some slow traffic, have gotten through that, and I'm quite sure they can breathe a little sigh of relief.
Yeah, leaders are coming up on Warren.
Now he's going to have to tag along and get a draft on that.
Yeah, hopefully if the caution comes out, he'll get the lucky dog.
Well, the leaders still have to pit, and if you can hook up with them, you know, we know he's lost ground, but that's one thing, super speedways, green flag pitting, you don't know where you're going to come out, and every split second wasted in the pit compounds on the track, right, guys?
Oh, yeah, and you can see the middle strain. Just watching these guys, they're not running as smooth the lines as they were earlier. They're getting nervous, bumping the apron in the corners. Yeah, there's a lot comes into play. They're getting mentally wore out right now.
Well, look, right, Joel.
Well, 49 Warren was able to hold on to that 4-car breakaway in the front, so he's a lap down, but he's as far in the front as you can possibly get, so he's in a good spot.
That's not hard to do when you got a pack of 4 cars leaders, especially with no damage coming up on you. Man, that's some great driving to get latch onto that group. Well, I'm monitoring right now that second group led by Ron Blackwell, followed by Dan Mueller and a couple other cars. They're actually holding their time. They're not slipping as much as they were before. So, Joel, you're actually 100% right there with the damaged car leading of Cody Sears.
It's all about the arrow.
Yeah, it looks like the leaders are pitting.
Looks like they're all in safe. It's hard to monitor their speeds, but like you said, those leaders are down pit road. We're gonna see. You guys gonna let us know 2 tires, 4 tires.
Yeah, it looks like the leader took 2 tires. John Kennedy.
I got my eye right now on
yeah, they're all taking 2 tires.
Well, that 4-pack are out again.
Looks like Terry Milford, my pick's in front of him.
Your new leader is Ron Blackwell from the Men's Senior Racing League, followed by our buddy here at ESRL and SE Dan Mueller. But they're in the pits now, guys.
Yep, and there's everybody made it in safe on that last round. No speeding penalties. We'll see if these guys get out okay.
Oh, mistake by Dan Mueller. That's going to hurt.
And he took 2 tires as well. He'll be all right. He's getting out with the group he came in with. So he'll be fine. They just need to hook up real quick and get to pushing.
There goes your leaders.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to catch back up.
I'm showing the leader right now, guys. Calvin Russell.
Don't think that's going to last for too long, though. Terry Milford's coming up really fast.
Well, right now, Calvin's getting help by Kent Thomas in that 19 car.
Well, the 14 is pitting again. I don't know. Yep. They may have had a loose lug nut or something.
I think he might have got a speeding penalty.
Back in the lead is Terry Milford, pushed by Don Kelligrew, and David Bevins is right there. But the problem now is it looks like Calvin Russell lost that draft. Well, when the leaders hit the start-finish line, we got 20 to go. I bet you couldn't wait for me to hear that, right, guys?
It's a long race.
Looks like John Kennedy's coming back out, but he's all by himself.
Yeah, unless the caution comes out and John Kennedy gets real lucky, you may as well just stick a fork in him.
Well, now as I scroll around the track, I'm looking back, and it's really spread out now, guys. It looks like, barring anything tragic over here, it looks like it's going to be a battle between Terry Milford, Don Kelligrew, and David Bevins. Oh, I just heard a bang somewhere in the pits.
Yeah, I heard a bang too.
Whoa, Terry Milford got a little loose there coming through the tri-oval.
Is there enough real estate, Joel, for the second group, or even the third group to catch them? Because I'm looking at that third pack, and they're a pack of 4 cars.
If they run a nice tight pack and really tuck it in, they would barely have enough time. Oh, it looks like they're going to try and pick up John Kennedy, who is the last car in the lead lap now, I guess. He's right in front of the leader, back in that pack of now 4.
I think they picked him up to pick up some speed, to not let those other guys catch him, which was kind of smart.
At times like this, we wish we were able to speak to the cars to see what's going on, but, you know, being experienced drivers up here, all 3 of us, we can sort of narrow down what's going on the track, right?
Oh yeah, they were probably talking to him on TeamSpeak through the whispers, and probably talked him into hooking up with them. That way they can go a little bit faster. They're going to pick up a few miles an hour.
Well, I'm seeing the odd guy out here is the newcomer in that wild 51 paint job, David Bevins.
Yeah, but the two lead guys in front of him just have to make a mistake, and he's sitting there waiting. That's all it takes at these super speedways.
Usually the guy in first, coming out of the last corner to the checkered, he usually don't win the race.
Well, I'm looking at that second pack again, and leading that pack is the 8 car Cody Sears, being pushed by Dan Mueller. Again, you know, a damaged car out in the front. How smart is that? You know, as these laps go by.
Well,
but you know, Mueller's a hell of a pusher. Go ahead there, Joel.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not the most optimal choice they could be making, but well, it looks like pretty much at this point, with about 15 laps to go, and they're little over 8 seconds behind. Even with perfect cars, I doubt if they could run down this front pack unless they made a mistake.
I'm looking at the monitor over here right now, and that second pack is really not losing any ground. Oh!
Whoa! We've got a big
hurt.
wreck out of the tri-oval.
It's Gary Cross.
We have a
That's
caution.
Gary Cross.
Yeah, Gary was trying to pick up this pack, and another car came over and banged him into the infield, and he just lost control when he came back up on the track.
Well, Gary Cross is showing 3 laps down. I'm taking a look at the replay. Yeah. The pit road entrance with, I think that's Ron Blackwell. And Ron was having such a good race tonight. Yeah, that's Ron Blackwell and Gary Cross getting together, and I'm looking at the replay, and Gary Cross just came across the front stretch on the grass, and no control there, eh, guys? I mean, you can't slow down the car. You just gotta pray you hit somewhere soft.
Yeah, there's no stopping these cars at that speed.
You know, it looks from our view that, you know, you don't let up, but, you know, understand out there, and also people that are, you know, in the race, that when you hit the grass, you don't slow down that much, and you have no control.
Yeah, it looks like Gary tried to tuck in to get behind that fast pack to pick up their draft. It looks like Ron wanted to do the same thing and didn't know Gary was there.
Well, if you want drama, you've come to the right race. You're tuned into the right station on ETV Live and the right event here on the Madhouse 500, sponsored by Hostile Contact. We've got 186 laps that are in the books. We've had a lot of green flag racing. We had a couple of cautions, but it's coming down to this: 186 laps. We have 13 laps left to go, and we have a whole bunch of new cars right back up together, and this is a completely new race.
Yeah, it's about to get real interesting, guys.
I was going to use a different word, but interesting works.
Okay, Russell,
Hey,
we open
this is
time.
ETV Live. You can tell us anything, Joel.
Maybe not this time.
I'm not hearing anything over the radio from the officials, or I'm not hearing any spotters. You think anybody's going to pit?
Oh, no. Maybe all the way in the back, possibly, but that's it.
Well, we got some hitters now, lead lap hitters.
You may get a few of the guys in the back pitting and throw a little extra tape on, but that's probably it.
Well, right now I'm showing Milford, Kelligrew, and Bevins, and there's a lap car up there with them, which is that's Mike Coon. So the leaders elected to stay out, only 3 of them, and everybody else behind pitted. Question now is, tape?
Yeah. They can, by the time they get going again, it'll be about 10 laps to go. They can put a lot of tape on these cars and pick up some serious speed if they got somebody pushing them with a lot of tape, and they could really run around the outside and go right for the front. So this is going to get interesting.
Exciting. I like that word, exciting. This is actually really exciting. Love to know. Maybe we can pull up one of the guys that pit, Dan Mueller. Maybe we can bring him up and ask him a couple of questions. Let's see if we can get him up here, guys. We're trying to get here Dan Mueller. Let's see if he's if we got him. Dan Mueller, this is Gary Madu up here in the booth. You got us?
Roger.
Well, Dan, don't have to tell you much. Some pretty serious driving out there. You got 12 or 13 laps left to go. Caution came out at a good time for you?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened. One of the guys was trying to let the leaders go by, and too fast on the apron, came up and split the packs up. So we weren't going to catch them, that's for sure. So this caution came out at a very opportunistic time.
Well, I know the question up here is right now is you know, we saw only 3. I mean, we saw the 3 lead lap cars stay out there. You elected to go in with a bunch of other cars. So our question is one word: tape.
I'll see what happens.
Well, you heard it from Dan Mueller. Mueller's right now, you're in 6. What are your chances, baby?
I don't know. My car is pretty banged up. I know I can draft, I can push, but I can't. I don't know about leading.
Well, good luck, Dan. We're pulling for you a little bit here. Get up there and make your move. Have fun.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you at the end of this thing.
That was Dan Mueller in the number 6 car sitting in this. Actually, you know what's pretty funny as I look at it? Actually, now he's in the 6th position. Is over the last couple of months, Dan's told me this number 6 car is in 6 more than any other time, more than any other driver out there. So it's pretty ironic he's sitting in 6. But anyways, Terry Milford right now is your leader. He's been there before. He's been there all night.
Well, they're going to come to the green this time.
Yep, pace car's heading off, and we got 11 laps of hard racing left. Let's see what happens, boys.
Green flag, green flag.
It's a green flag, and Milford gets his best start of the night. And he hits the start-finish line first, heading into turn 1. He's got Bevins behind him. Bevins needs to get up there and push him, or he's going to lose the lead.
Some bumping already.
You got Keller on the outside leading that pack. We'll see what they can do. I don't see them getting single file with 10.5 laps to go. Kelligrew dives down into third on the low line. See what he does here.
Yeah, I just have a feeling he's trying to find a way to partner and dance with Terry up there. Oh, we got some bumping over there with the 36 and the 6 car.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 car got hung out on the outside there. He's not making up any ground. He's going to have to get a dancing partner. He's doing his best to do some side drafting, but it's hard to do. These guys move around. Oh, he just took a shot. This looks like short track racing almost.
Yeah, there's a lot of body contact there. But we're still green here. And we got 9 laps left to go here in the 500. The Madhouse. The Madhouse.
Well, and I guess I was wrong. They're kind of single file. We'll see them spread back out here in about 4 laps, I bet.
Joel, what's going through the leader right now? What's going through his head?
It's a lot of words that are only 4 letters long, because he knows in the front he's not in the best of positions. He's going to get freight trained here in probably about 2 laps to go.
His best friend right now is the yellow line, and he's just got to. He's doing a lot of mirror driving right now, I bet you.
Now then you look at the second place right now, David Bevins. Does he take a chance, pull out? Because, you know, he's a new guy here. And we've seen, ESRL guys sort of stick together.
Yeah, Davis played a real good but conservative race. He hasn't really stepped out and done anything crazy, but he's made the right choices to keep himself in the front. So I think coming out of turn 4 in the last lap, he'll do something, but otherwise I think he's going to stay right where he is.
I know that's what I would do. After all the practicing and testing you and I have done, it can be done out of turn 4. You just got to time it just right.
7 laps to go. Don Kelligrew's in third. John Kennedy right behind him. Eddie Young from Christian Racing. And that number 36, Calvin Russell right behind him. Followed by Cody Sears, Dan Mueller, Dennis Kelly, and Ed Perry ran up your top 10 right now.
Stan Kelly's done a heck of a job. He's right there in 12th.
I'm proud of him. He's improved a lot this year, and you know, he can hang out back there and probably, you know, get a top 5 out of this if he times it just right.
Well, David has not left the bumper of that 75 Terry Milford, and I don't expect him to. I'm seeing cars starting to do little pokes out and take a look-see to see what they can do, but yeah, it's tough racing right now. You got a single file going down on that backstretch right now.
Well, I tell you what, Don Kelligrew is not making it real easy on David Bevins, because David's trying to be real nice and gentle with Terry Milford in the lead, but Don's sitting there just gently tapping him, just let him know, hey, I'm here. And if you make one mistake, I'm going right around you.
No prisoners, right? No prisoners.
Hey, he's doing what he should be doing.
And Don has really impressed me in this race so far.
5 laps left to go.
Him and his brothers always, I thought, been really, you know, exceptional at the plate track racing. That's something they've always excelled at.
Terry Milford.
Looks like he's getting the 51 a little loose there.
Nobody wants to give up any position back there. They're hugging that yellow line, baby.
We've got 4 to go.
This is the Madhouse 500, guys. Couple cars on the high side making a move.
Yeah,
it's Ron Blackwell.
Lap 196 at 200. Now it's time to let it all hang out.
Well, a lot of patience up there. I'm not having patience over here. We got to see something happen soon.
Got 3 to go. We're going to start seeing some moves, I think.
Yeah, we're on the outside.
Warren Pete's doing a heck of a job using that side draft. I mean, he has no help, and he's hanging right there.
He's moving up.
We actually got some damage because there are 2 guys in the mix.
Warren's actually gained a spot or 2 just using the side draft all by himself. I'm sure he heated up his grill on that last pit stop to give him a little bit of extra speed.
The leader at the line with 2 to go is Terry Milford, followed by David Bevins and Don Kelleher. You got 3-4 cars on the outside line making a move. Terry on the front, on the back stretch, still leading. Oh, we got contact in the back.
Oh, we got a big wreck. And we got caution. Oh, we're going to go to a green-white checker, fellas.
Pace car has the field. Get caught up there, buddy. The road is closed, bud.
Lap 199 under caution here at ATV Live, the 2nd annual Madhouse 500 at Daytona, sponsored by Hostile Contact. Lost for words, guys.
Yeah, they just got a little antsy there and bumped a little bit too hard and couldn't hold on to it.
Well, it happens in the real world, and this is as real as it's going to get there. More under caution. We're overtime, like you said, overtime. Tires pitting. What do you think?
Fill it up, take 4.
Well, you see how it's going to play out now is that David's going to be on the outside, and you're going to have Terry and Don in front of him, seeing Kelvin all hooked up together. So this is going to be a very interesting restart.
Actually, if you could get a dance partner and you had a pristine car, you could go down pit road, fill it up with fuel, which actually loosens them up here, put 100% tape on the grill, and you and another person could hook up on the outside, and if you could find a hole, you could go right to the front in 2 laps.
Well, if any crew chiefs or spotters are monitoring our broadcast, let's see if anybody listened and going to do any takers over here. And we got a couple. Well, looks like just a damage
takers.
Yeah, well, I'm showing Warren Pete and Ronnie Martin. So fuel's not going to be an issue right now? Fuel's not going to be an issue, right?
I don't think it's going to be an issue at all.
I'd love to know what's going through those two cars' minds right now. Hey guys, 75 and 51. But we're not going to bring them up. We're going to let them focus on what they have to do over there. I'm trying to look to see who's got, a non-damaged car, looking back, and maybe can make a move. And there's not many of them. We got a lot of wounded drivers. But I'm actually showing right now Stan Kelly as being the most healthiest car out there right now. Further on back.
Stan's got a 10th place position right now.
Well, if you out there enjoy racing like this, I know we have, and considering 200 laps, the amount of cautions, which there hasn't been a lot, you guys can experience that also at ESRL, 7 days a week. Monday nights, the Pro versus Joe series. Tuesday night, ISS, which is a fixed setup nationwide. Then you have Wednesdays, which is the truck fixed setup. Thursday, you have a whole bunch of racing with TNT, which is a new series. Also, the Men's Senior Racing League. Friday, what's Friday, guys? No Fear Racing. That's Terry Underwood, cool cat. Saturday, hey, this is Saturday, baby. It's the Madhouse. This is what you can expect every Saturday. Actually, interesting thing this year, what Mike's done also is that he's chosen, I think, 4 races throughout the year that are going to be 100%ers like this. We're going to try and get them all broadcast to show you, how Madhouse is going along. But that's actually a pretty cool concept. And then, go ahead, Mike, tell us the exciting Sundays.
We got Road Dog Series in the morning, runs a open set cup series. Then in the evening, you've got the Elite Pro Series, which is the best of the best, running open cup setups, full 36 race schedule, with a chase included. Then you also have the Men's Senior Racing League running a fixed cup series, and I believe a new league. What is their name?
Next Level Racing.
Yeah, Next Level Racing, and I believe they're running open nationwide on Sunday nights.
Yep.
And that rounds up the week with that. And we're heading into turn 3, getting ready to go green, white, checker, boys.
We're going to try and hold off on the commentating and let the drivers do the commentating. Let's see what happens. Good luck, guys.
Pace car's heading off into the pits, and Terry Milford's leading them to the green flag, 2 by 2. And we're going to let y'all just watch them duke it out. Here's the green flag, and they're pretty level there at the start-finish line. Enjoy.
Wow!
Hey, I called the team. Bumper cars. Terry Milford wins the second annual Madhouse 500. They duked it out and got her done. Wow.
That was unbelievable out there. We're just sitting here. That was pretty cool to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast and the race out there. Congratulations to Terry Milford, man. You were up there all night. David Bevins, dude, you took a beating there at the end there, but you held off on that second. And, hey, my pick, Dan Mueller for the win. Snuck out a third.
Three hours, 28 minutes, and 34 seconds for a full-length Daytona 500 race.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think everybody needs to go to stockcarevolution.com.
Mike, some thoughts before we interview the top three?
Yeah, you handled it. I gotta go. Yeah.
Well, in the booth here we have, I'm just right out of the car. We just grabbed him. Our crew grabbed him, and the winner of tonight's Madhouse 500, Terry Milford.
Thank you, Gary.
So, Terry, saw you up all night there, man. Saw you strutting your stuff. Probably know what you were up to, but you got to let the audience know what happened.
Well, first I got to thank Callaway and Cessna and all my sponsors, and Don Killigrew and Joe Exline, Terry Killigrew, Dennis Kelly, John Pox, the whole crew. These guys, we've been working hard for the last 3 weeks on this setup here, and these guys, a couple of them couldn't make the race tonight, but so we want to dedicate this race to them. All these guys worked really hard together to put this thing together. And for ESRL and SCE, what a great mod. You guys have put out a great 2013, and boy, if anybody into sim racing, you got to get this deal. This is just top notch, all the way top of the ladder kind of racing here. All these guys here. It was a lot of fun tonight, and so it was a great win for the Callaway car.
Terry, pretty crazy stuff there at the end. We saw what was happening throughout the race. Like I said, you were up there, but just sort of walk us through quickly those last couple of crazy laps.
Well, yeah, myself and Don and David Bevins and Kennedy were trying to get hooked up there, and it just one of them deals when the green-white checkered thing falls. You just don't know, and the front four cars are going to get split up. And at the end there, it's every man for himself, And I hate it for Don that he got knocked out. That was really too bad. He worked hard with us all night, and I sure hated that for him. And it just coming around there, that last going into 3 there, just guys fanning out, and I kind of protecting my line. I think I blocked once, but after that we brought her home, and I couldn't see a whole lot what was going on behind me there. I was just trying to stay in a straight line without getting shoved into the grass.
Well, before you rushed out to the winner's circle, just want to let you know that you should get together with Joel Brown, because he picked you as one of the winners tonight, and I think he made a whole ton of money, and I think he'd be more than happy to split the purse with you. But congratulations, Terry. Did a hell of a job. Great race. Great way to start the new year, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Well, I appreciate it, Gary, and thank you too, man. You guys do a great job promoting this, and I think we're going to have some really good races this year. This year is really looking like an exciting year for all the leagues and all the new leagues and the new drivers. This is going to be a great year for ESRL, so I appreciate it.
Well, again, congratulations, and go take your photo shoot and drink a lot of champagne. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Also with us, a name that was up all front all night, and I just want, first of all, David, just want to apologize because I was pronouncing your name Beavens at the beginning until Joel corrected me. But congratulations, man! First large, first big event, and you're a newcomer here, finishing up second. Dude, you got banged around there at the end there. That was just amazing to watch. Just tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I just try to keep the car clean because that's the main thing, is try not getting any wrecks. And, it just, towards the end, everybody's getting rough. I mean, I hate for a lot of guys getting wrecked, but I mean, I'm getting pushed and, I'm pushing other people, and it's restrictor plates for you. I mean, ain't really nothing to do about it.
Well, we know you're a new guy, like I was saying. Did you feel like the new guy out there?
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the names, so I'm just trying to. And I don't know a lot of the people. I'm not really working with a lot of people. Just Terry, me and him kind of help each other a little bit, and a few of the other guys. But I'm just really learning, just trying to help, get help and help other people.
Just one last sort of question, comment is your paint job. You're going to have to release some type of information about how that you got that paint job. But again, great job tonight. Good to see you. You're a great addition to ESRL, which is already a great league, and looking forward to having you in the Elite Series too.
Thank you. That paint job is autism puzzles, and it's done by 511 Graphics out of Raceland, Kentucky. They do real car graphics, and he helped me a lot with that. So,
a very worthy cause.
Dan, you still here?
I am.
Wow, I know we've raced together a lot of times. Every time I look in the mirror, I see you always coming, and then you go right on by. So tonight, with a beat-up car, all the stuff you had to go through, and still get up there in third place. So, tell us about that last green-white checker.
Well, the guy I was working with before, Cody, he was on the outside, which you don't want to be up there, especially in a green-white checker, because the last caution I was up there, and everybody kind of freight trained me. So I figured, well, I'm just going to stay down here and see what I can get. And Warren come through, and he had pitted earlier, and he taped up. So but his car was beat up as just as bad as mine, and he just gave me a big shove there at the end. And I tried sucking up on some of them guys that were ahead of me, just getting a little draft and then pulling out at the last second, and I managed to miss all the melee, and I wound up third. Definitely my car it shouldn't have been there. It was beat up bad.
That last couple of laps looked like Martinsville at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, it was. I tried saying out of everything. The first half of the race was good. I was just hanging around in the back, just minding my own business, watching everything, and then the second half, just for whatever reason, it seemed like I had a big magnet attracting trouble on my car. I couldn't get away from it.
But that was a heck of a job. I mean, all them 200 laps, man, that had to have been draining.
Yeah, I got another Cole Miller highlight sitting here, so thanks to Miller for my sponsor. I also want to thank ESRL, SCE, the dev team that did it. You guys did a great job. I want to thank Dennis Kelly for the paint job. It worked out great, and everybody else I forgot. If I did, sorry, but thanks anyways. It was fun, and I'm going to party tonight, even though I didn't win, but I'm still going to party.
Well, congratulations, Dan. Go have some fun.
All right, thanks. Have a good one.
Good job, Dan. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. First event of the year at ESRL. Quite, it couldn't have been a better race. I know I'm happy, Joel. I'm quite sure you're happy. I know we can speak for Mike. Just Joel, any last closing comments?
All right, this was a great event. We did a lot of work, not only on the mod, but all the other guys who did a ton of work putting this event together to come out with these big races where we're, doing these, full fields, and the televising of it and everything, and the help from Hostile Contact. So really appreciate, everybody's participation and everybody who put in all the effort, the Ray Shannonettes and his brother Bob and, Mike Kuhn and just, the list goes on and on and on for everybody who's helped out. And Mike Kuhn especially for being the the main guy putting this whole Madhouse event together. So thanks to everybody and everybody who participated.
Well, you know where to find us, everybody out there. StockRevolution.com. 7 nights a week of racing. You know, we're our partner is Hostile Contact. Great crew. We're partners with ETV Live, John over here, and JD in the hospital. So check us out. It's a great community, great atmosphere. You got a piece of what's, you know, just a little part of what's going to happen throughout the year. So just check us out, and do you have what it takes?